call. We stepping into the future and leading the charge. We only dreaming large, going colossal, impossible's nothing at all. Breaking the boundaries, making them fall, pushing the pathway through the wall, making the world evolve. Better get ready, cause we about to raise the bar. Let's go. This is the moment. And we are the movement. We are the dreamers.
All right, all right. Can't tell me I'm not dedicated. I don't hear you, Cat. Both your mics fall off.
Oh wow. Hi
Yeah,
everybody.
did a whole intro. with-
I did. I did a whole
Entire-
intro. Y'all ain't hear not one word of it. My bad. Um, it's been a long day. That's all I got to say. It's been a long damn day. But that is neither here or there. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to talk about our relationships ending sooner in the digital age. I am playing around up here, and I don't know. Is it? So that's me messing with stuff, knocking stuff over. Today we are talking about these wonderful digital items that are messing up, or I'm not gonna say they're messing up people relationships, but it's a lot of research that's been going on to prove that relationships are ending sooner because of the digital world. And the little bit of research that I did do says that it's three reasons why things are ending. And then once they end, you are still caught up in a digital footprint with a person that you broke up with. So they are calling these things algorithm anxiety, illusion of choice, and
That's a big one.
techno fearance.
Mhm.
This is a real thing. I looked it up. It's all real.
Right,
It's a real thing. So
but the delusion of choice is the biggest one.
let's break it down because you gotta let people know what things mean. Okay, okay. So in a research by psychology research says that 51% of people feel ignored by their partners because of their smartphones.
Hmm.
That's crazy business. They said that we are living in an era where we have more connections than ever, yet we're never been worse at staying connected. From the one swipe away mentality of dating apps to the digital ghost that haunt our feeds long after we break up, we're asking if this is asking the hard questions. So, how has the digital age made true commitment a relic of the past? Technoference is also known as phubbing, which is phone snubbing. So I'm assuming. that you are ignoring your partner because you're constantly on your phone, you're scrolling, you're liking, you're doing all of these things, and you're ignoring your person that's sitting right next to you, trying to have a conversation with you.
Mhm.
Um, they say technoference or phone snubbing disrupts the intimacy. When partners prioritize a notification over a shared moment, it creates a cycle of resentment and lower relationship satisfaction, which often serves as the slow leak that leads to disillusion. So, what do you think about that?
I told you.
Why I keep seeing this little black finger all just moving around? What is going on?
I don't know. I don't see what you see.
You don't see what I see, or
Nope.
I'm just seeing too much.
I don't know.
All right, so Derek says the biggest problem is the illusion of choice.
Yep. That's the
Okay,
biggest
so
issue. The illusion of choice is the biggest issue, and illusion of choice really is the gateway to all the rest of the things.
well, they said the illusion of choice is of course the dating app burnout. They said dating apps and other things like Facebook. Well, they're all dating apps. You could find dates on Facebook. You find your dates on Instagram. You find people on YouTube, Twitter, or what is it called now? X, TikTok. Um, and you build a little relationship with these people on these dating apps. But they say that dating apps and searching for a partner is leading to disposable mentality. Um, they said that it was research done. Let me go back. Research was done in 2025, and they said major platforms reported declining satisfaction as users expressed choice overload when individuals are constantly presented with a better option. It weakens it weakens their willingness to work through the inevitable stagnation stage of a long-term relationship. The perception of unlimited options turns commitment into something perceived as optional. So, research across 50 countries found that couples who met online often report lower initial satisfaction because they are more likely to view their partner as an interchangeable commodity rather than a unique connection.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
But what are you talking about, Zari?
This is what I'm saying. I've been saying this forever. I said I've been saying this. I've talked about this in past episodes. I talked about it to the people who used to chime in the morning. I talked about it during the morning podcast, night podcast, afternoon podcast, Sunday morning podcast, Saturday night podcast, Sunday school, Bible study. Wherever I needed, I always said the same thing that social that this digital age has taken us and moved us into a place of we have choices, right? We don't back in the day before when you just had a beeper and you had and your phone didn't have internet, your phone you had a Nokia with a little skinny screen on it. You didn't even have games on it. When the flip didn't do anything, it just flipped down. When
Uh-huh.
during this time, if you were from, let's say you were from Passaic, the Essex County area. You knew there was a type of guy. You knew the guy. You knew you there was a type of girl. There was a type of guy that you knew was from what county they were from. Right? They wore Tims, um, or they wore Jordans, or they wore white. Air Force Ones in the spring, black Air Force Ones in the fall. There was everybody had a style of a guy, right? That you like. They had a Scully. They had all these. They wore these things, North Faces. They had the bubble North Face, and then they had the snorkel. It was things, right? That you
Mm-hmm.
knew that this was your type of person from your area. When the digital age came in and really bloomed, you started seeing people who didn't look like the type of girls or type of gals that you were used to, right? When you instead of her wearing the Reebok classics high tops in all the colors, she had sandals on. Instead of capris, she had cutoff shorts. Instead of her having just regular brown eyes, now she got pretty eyes because she's all the way across. She's in California, so there different areas produce different type of people. And once you had got access to those different type of people, and now you're saying, oh, wait a minute, I can have this or I can date that. The it began to break down what the choices became too much and everybody became expendable, right? So, and I think I did share on here where I said the guys will say, okay, um, now all the girls are liking light skinned guys with blue eyes and talk like this and do this thing. So then they begin to start emulating other guys that are across the country so that they can get girls. And girls started doing the same thing. But you only can hold on to that for so long, and then now you get caught out there, and now everybody's phony. Nobody's real. But they're emulating these people because these are the people you're interested in now. So your choices is okay. My playing field just got a lot bigger than it was back in the day.
I mean, I mean, I could get that, and I do, and I understand it, and I can appreciate it. But um, I think that I think that it's not about all these choices. I just think that people are comfortable with not having to have not being able to have a way out. That's what it is. It's made it more comfortable just to have a way out. It ain't even really about the choices because some of these choices that some choose ain't that great. But if I know that if my relationship don't work out or my relationship is going down the we about to break up or it ain't working for me or the first little bitty problem as somebody ready to bolt and I could just get on Facebook, Instagram, or dating that, whatever, and I could just go on another date and find me somebody new. And I don't have to wait around for somebody to find me. I can find them.
Right.
It's just
But
easier.
it's not easier. You just feel like you
It
just feel like
is.
it's easier for you to pick out because back in the day, because before you had to wait, you had to go out places, you had to actually be places where people are to meet. Now you can literally be on your couch with your bonnet on and meet 5 to 10 different people.
Yeah, it's easier. You don't even have to before you even want to talk to the person. You can look them up, see what they see, see what they talking about before you even think about saying, "Hey, how you doing?" You couldn't do that before, so it's convenient. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of convenience. I'm just saying, it ain't that wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with some convenience, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I think that um, people need to be careful when it comes to dating online people because you never know what you're gonna find online. But then again,
Right.
you don't know what you're gonna find in person either.
Facts.
When it comes to somebody that you just everything is I got to get to know you. But I think people, I don't know. It's
I don't think
just,
I don't think there's I don't think there's a I don't think there's a factor anymore of getting to know people because now people. I saw this. I saw this one meme where this guy said, uh, "If I if I meet you on Tuesday, I'm gonna ask you to be my girl on Thursday, and I don't want to hear nothing about you don't know me, because you can get to know me while you sitting on my face," which I thought was hilarious. But
yeah, no, I don't think that's funny.
that's today's mindset. Like everything is so fast paced, and there's honestly no reason to slow it down.
Why
It's
not?
probably because you have so many choices that I can try this out. It's like going to a buffet. I can try this out, and if I don't like it, it's not a big deal. Simply because I've already because there's more choices.
Mm.
So there's this
So
level
because
of
it's more, so because it's more variety, it's more tempting.
right.
I don't think so. Because whatever happens to self control.
What do you mean?
Because that's just like you said, if you're sitting there at a buffet and you have all this stuff sitting in front of you, aren't you supposed to have some type of self control to say, okay, I can't have everything in the
Who has
buffet place on the
who has
buffet table?
self-control at a buffet?
Huh?
Who has self-control at a buffet? I have never met
I
anyone.
do.
When have we ever seen self-control at a buffet? Girl, take it
You are
back.
supposed to have some type of self control at a buffet.
You do.
You can't have everything that's on the table. I mean, you can, but don't you think you're gonna get yourself? Don't you think you're gonna
Right.
be overstuffed if you eat too much?
Some people don't care. Some people don't worry about being overstuffed. Some people to deal with like, oh man, I really ate. Same thing like you did for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or any other thing. You
Mm-mm.
unbuckle that pants buckle and give yourself a minute to catch back up.
Yeah, no, thank you, sir. Um, I no, it's just too much. Sometimes you just have to have some self control because you don't have to have everything that comes in front of you. You got to know, and plus you got to know what you eat. At a buffet, you sometimes you don't even know what's inside of it until you eat it.
I hear you.
But with a human being, you can't spit that bitch back out.
Sure, you can regurgitate what you have taken in, or you can say, you know what, I don't want to eat no more of that. That's where the ghosting mentality comes from.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There's
That's
no
true.
there's no longer significance in dating and relationships because the choices the choices are that much grander. Because I have high choice because um I can have this talk to this person here and talk to that person there, um, and that's what the expectation is. So their relationships aren't they're expendable. That's why you hear people. The first thing that told you that relationships were expendable was the red flags. Once people started having what's the red flag, this is a red flag and that's a red flag, and that's what made relationships expendable. When if I have choices, if I know that if I know that things don't work out here, I can go there and still have uh companionship. then you're very much expendable.
Or you can go over there and still have the same red flag.
Right. Still thing, same thing. You're still expendable. I had a whole conversation with my wife about that. Like, you don't want to. Nobody wants to feel expendable. A husband, is a man who desires to be a husband, or a woman who desires to be a wife. Neither one of them want to feel that they are expendable.
I mean, nobody wants to feel like they're expendable. Of course not.
But
But
today's
in this day
society,
and age,
right?
huh?
How do you not? I was about to say, in this day and age, how do you not? If this doesn't work, can you go and meet someone else?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's what it's
But that's
gotten
but
to.
that doesn't have anything to do with the digital world. That's
That's
just
the reason why
what
you
it
go meet
is.
somebody else.
That's the reality of it. I could find somebody else and I don't have to go online to do it.
Yeah, you're gonna
It's a
use online.
choice.
You're gonna use online to do it. Because even you said it. If I meet somebody, what's the first thing you do? You're gonna go online and see what their digital print is. What are they? What
Yes.
things they like?
But
Right. So
I'm gonna do that whether I meet you online or if I meet you at church or if I
right.
meet
But
you in
that's
the
what I'm talking
grocery
about. You're
store.
still gonna use the
I'm gonna
digital.
do that anyway.
You're still gonna use digital. You're still gonna use the digital database for your dating. So either way,
I'm
how you
not
look
gonna
at
use
it,
it for my date. I'm just gonna use it to know a little bit more.
you're gonna still use it for dating purposes.
Wanting to know more is nothing wrong with that.
Right. But using social media and everything else to know more rather than having a genuine conversation and being able to pull out the nonsense.
We can still
'Cause
have a conversation. We still gonna be able to talk. You just gotta a little one up, a little something on what this person, kind of like he got. If you got kids, that
it-
you gotta know if somebody got some chilling. I mean, you can still talk about it. It's just that I know that you have kids now. Before I go on my date with you, I know certain things about you
right.
that I probably would not know if you did not put it out there in the world for people to know. If you don't want people to know things about you when they get ready to date you, then don't put it on social media. It's just that simple.
Right. But and that's where we talk about it social media being expendable. This whole thing, relationships are expendable because of social media. Because I can save myself the time, the energy, and the finances by going on social media and see if there's someone I want to deal with or if it's someone I'll pass on.
But you shouldn't. But no, I mean, yes. Does it give you a blueprint? Oh, excuse me. If it does it give you a little blueprint? Print? Yes, it does. But that shouldn't exclude you from just going out on that date to get to know that person. To get to know that person. I don't think that part is right. I think that you should still go on your date because what everybody puts on social media doesn't always mean that it's true. Because I tell you right now, if you go on my social media page trying to dig for any damn thing, you're gonna think I'm a psychopath.
Absolutely.
Period. Shut up.
I told there.
I'm just saying because I put everything under the sun up there, and it doesn't necessarily mean that what I put up there is true, or is what I put up there is what I'm going through, or whatever. It just means that this is just the type of stuff that I like to put out there just to, shake stuff up. Because for me, social media is entertainment. It's not about you getting to know who I am as a person. It's about me going on there and I'm having a little bit of fun sometimes. Sometimes I want to be a little bit inspirational. Sometimes it just depends on the mood that I'm in. I could be petty on social media. I could be a lot of things, but it's entertainment. It's all fun and games to me. So I mean, but go ahead, go at it. You ain't gonna find much, but but you know it is what it is, and it do what it do. And if that's how you want to judge me off my social media page, then so be it. But I don't think that that's something that should be the factor of whether or not you want to date me because of the stuff that I put on my social media page.
I understand.
I just don't. I don't think. I don't know. But I
But
don't
that's
think that
your
that's a good.
but that's your mindset. That's how you think. But this is why we're saying relationships are ending sooner because your digital footprint gives you a fast forward to figure out if this is someone I want to deal with or something when I don't. And if I'm on the fence about them, then I can go on a date or I can talk to them and look for the red flags. As long as there's some red flags, then I can say, no, I don't want to do this, and I move on to the next person. When
Yeah, but there may not be any red flags. This person may actually be a cool person. That's why
right,
you just can't always say
everybody goes into
no.
situations, everybody goes into dating situations looking for red flags. Nobody goes into a dating situation looking for thinking the best of someone. They go in looking for okay, especially if the person seems too good to be true. They're going. Everybody goes into looking into a relationship or looking into a possible relationship looking for a red flag. One of the biggest red flags is why this person want a relationship because they already feel like that society doesn't. Society is not built off of people having successful and healthy relationships. So that means that you just want to play in my face.
Because some of the time people do just want to play in your face,
See,
and some of the times people don't want to play in your face. But you
right.
ain't never gonna find that out unless you get to know somebody.
Right, but not anymore because all you have to do is get on a digital footprint. And then what was that? What was the one? The T app is just another digital footprint. It's
Oh,
just a, it was
but that's gone. And that T app wasn't for dating. That T app was for cheaters.
that T app was it was no that T app was for everybody. It had nothing. It was more than just cheaters. It had to do with anything that had to do because people were being put up there that weren't cheating. Women were up there. Do you tell
No.
me something about this
You want
man?
to know? No. Because I'm going to tell you about the T app because I was a member of the T app.
I bet. Looking for red flags.
So, no, I wasn't looking for red flags. I was being nosy. I wanted to see who was on the T app. And I was looking to see what people were saying about these people that I knew. Like I knew these people personally. So, but the T app was for cheaters. It was women posting men that they either dated or are dating, and they are basically, telling women what type of what their situation was with this person.
It started out
That's
that
it.
way. It started out that way. It was a fact checker. It was here's my guy. This is the guy I just met. Tell me what you will about him. And then anybody could get on and say anything about this person. Oh, his breath stink. He ain't got no money. He's still best.
Hmm.
That's not a cheater. That's just because someone wants to
No,
know
it's
about the
not
person.
a cheater, but this is something that they just letting somebody know. And there
Right.
was
So
some men up there that women were saying really nice things about them. I saw really nice comments about some of these men.
mhm.
So everything wasn't always just bashing and bashing, bashing. It was their experience with that person. And if that's your experience, then that's your experience. And if you dating them now, then guess what? You're gonna end up having your own experience with that person.
Right. So the app didn't make sense. But the app is a further proves why relationships are expendable. Because if you
But
are willing,
but the men got rid of it because men got upset, so men got rid of it.
how men get rid of it? We don't have no problem to get rid of something that we didn't start.
Same way they did, the same way they got. Same way they protested against Kevin Samuels. They
Look,
had they were saying that it was defamation of character what they were doing on the T app. So yeah, but they didn't like it, so they started saying they were going to sue the T app for defamation of character because it was women talking about them in a not so nice way.
hmm
And that's just what it was. So there is no more T app.
the T app. There's no two more T app. It had nothing to do with men. The T app folded on itself because some women realized that some other women weren't up there being honest, and they were just because they were just circling the block.
No,
Oh,
they
fat
actually
people.
the creators of the T app actually got sued for defamation. They had a bunch of lawsuits for defamation of character because some women were getting on there knowing the men and was screenshotting the things that people were saying about them. So they started getting lawsuits and they shut them down
Right.
because ain't nobody trying to do that. Trust me, it was very hard to get on that T app. You had to prove you was a woman before they would allow you on that app. But also, and there was one more thing about the digital print, and that was breaking up. They were saying that people was having anxiety breaking up problems because when you go on to like Facebook, they have the Facebook memories and stuff like that, and sometimes you know that memory if you being with this person pops up or resurface, and it doesn't really allow people to grieve properly from their relationships, the digital print of women or men being able to go onto that person's page and see who they're with, stalking their profiles. Um, if you share like a cloud, if you uh what do you call that? Your passwords, when you with somebody and you have all these streaming apps and this and that, you're sharing passwords. And now you got to go back and now you got to change all your digital footprints because you won't be laughing with no chick on my Netflix. So they saying that stuff like that, it makes it very hard for people to heal, move on, um, and get over people as well because of this digital footprint that they have left behind after everything is said and done. Even locations, people forget that they got people tracking them, and they forget to take them off of their locations. So I don't know. I ain't giving nobody my password to nothing, not my phone. It's just a certain degree. Only my children, and maybe if it's my husband. But other than that, if I'm dating you, what you need my damn passwords for? I, yeah, I think people be pushing it when they start giving out passwords and stuff like that. Like we not doing that.
Absolutely.
You might try to steal my identity. No. So y'all better start being careful about who y'all giving y'all passwords out to, because ain't nobody I'm dating getting no damn password for nothing. So
So extra.
I'm just saying. So don't even ask, because you're gonna be sadly upset.
Not sadly upset. You so extra.
It's got to be a level of privacy somewhere. Like I deserve my privacy. You're not getting my password. So nada. I'm telling you, my shit is hard to crack anyway. So you can try, but you won't succeed. So how do we distinguish between what is healthy curiosity and digital surveillance? Derek,
Yeah,
I asked a question and I expect an answer.
I didn't hear the question.
I said, so how do we distinguish between a healthy curiosity and digital surveillance in a relationship?
Digital what? Healthy curiosity and digital what?
Surveillance.
You gotta see where that person. You have to see where that person. Um, a healthy curiosity comes with signs of healthy curiosity, right? Healthy curiosity is not just dependent on the things that you see digital through that digital footprint. A healthy curiosity leads you to conversation and deeper conversations um and more in depth discussions about certain things in life where when it's just that routine, let me just run a background check. That's just what it is, the background check. Do the stuff I see on your social footprint, is that enough for me to stick around? If not, then I say Arriva Dirty.
Okay. I don't know about that. You know, we Venucci. But at the end of the day, I think I don't think I know.
There's
No,
this
I don't know.
there's a influencer on social media who gave herself 1 year, 365 days to find her husband. And
Okay.
um it's heavily on social media, right? That's where she is talking. That's who people are reaching out to meet her, and she says
Okay.
she said she has very strict values where if she feels that you are not feeling her the way she feels you need to feel her, she crosses you off the list.
Okay.
That's that's the poisoning of this digital footprint, where you can be crossed off a list just because I'm not meeting your standards of how you feel I should feel about you.
You should be crossed off the list.
No, cut it out.
If you don't meet, if you yes, you should because if you don't meet her standards or whatever her standards may be, and you don't meet those things, why am I gonna date you?
Before
Like it
before
just
before there was a digital footprint, you had to take the time that you took to get to know someone told you if that was the easiest way for you to know if this person was really feeling you like you feeling them. Now that you've cut
okay.
that piece out, now it's just a wild guess in the air. Like, oh well, they don't call me when they get out the shower, so they're not feeling me like they should be feeling me. And maybe that person just don't talk on the phone when they get out the shower, or maybe
Okay.
this person don't uh get in the shower directly from getting off of work. Maybe they like to sit around and chill, or talk to friends, or watch TV before they get to do stuff. But you are already making you're doing deductive reasoning, and it's incorrect. But this is
No, because if she is the type of person that feels like, okay, you off for work, I'm gonna let you hang tight for maybe what an hour and a half. How long it take you to at least give me a call and say, hey, I'm off for work. You wanna go grab something to eat or something like that? Why am I waiting 5 hours later? It's 9, 10 o'clock at night, and now I'm getting a phone call. Absolutely not.
Well, why am I waiting? Why am I waiting 5 hours while you go and do your hair and put your good wig on? It's
Ain't
always
y'all,
one sided.
isn't it always supposed? Isn't this the crap that y'all preaching earlier episodes? The man is the what? What y'all always say? The man is supposed to be the one pursuing you. So
Right,
do the pursuing.
right.
So pursue.
But pursuing does not mean if I'm pursuing you does not mean I have to be open or available to your nonsense and
You
being
don't, and I
right.
don't have to be open and keep you on my list. You're checked off, and I'm going to move to the next because there is going to be somebody who is going to fit everything that I want, or the majority of what I want.
Mm-mm.
Because some people, just like everybody, say, "Oh, what's your non-negotiables?" Everybody has non-negotiables, but they're because that's their standard. This is what I like, and this is what I want, and I'm not negotiating on.
Right.
And if you can't do those things, then why do we need to continue? It's like we wasting each other's time. Somebody gonna either unless somebody gonna change or negotiate, it's a waste of my time. So I'm saving both of us some time here, and you go your way and I'm gonna go mine. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with it either. Besides the fact that you're not giving me enough time
Time to do what?
to figure things out because I don't want to rush it.
Oh, okay. Well, then she is giving you time. She's giving you enough time to find you somebody
Stand around and wait.
that's gonna meet your needs.
Oh Lord. Someone that's going to be willing to stand around and wait. That's what it is. It's always relationships are always one sided, and no matter how much you have,
Relationships are not always one sided. We ain't even gonna do that. We all know it takes two
relationships are
people to tango. They're not one sided.
relationships are
But they
all
no, y'all
one.
just want them to be one sided because when if a woman isn't agreeing with something, or a woman has her boundaries, or a woman has her standards, it's all this other stuff that got to come with it. And if you don't meet those standards, and you're the one that's getting kicked to the side, or kicked to the curb, it's like, oh well, she didn't give me a chance. She didn't listen to me. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. She did. What am I doing here? Because from day one, from the first date, whether or not this is somebody that you want to deal with.
Right.
Just alone on the conversation alone. So I'm just gonna continue to just go on these dates with you. Why? If I have already made up my mind that this is not the person that I want to date, this is not the person for me. Why are we gonna sit up here and play games? I'm not understanding it. It ain't no reason to play games. This is what it is. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I won't. That's it. You go your way, I'm gonna go mine. This ain't gonna work. And it ain't gotta be over no big ass meal either. It could be over a cup of coffee and a damn croissant. Okay?
But that further proves my point of relationships are extendable because of the digital footprint.
Is it the digital footprint? Is it just that
Pretty
those
much.
are my standards and my boundaries?
Nope. Digital footprint.
I don't think that has anything to do with anything digital. I think those are just my standards and those are my boundaries. And that's that. And there's nothing against it or whatever. It's just what it is. I think people just want people just to keep going on and going. You have nothing at all whatsoever. If I don't have anything to offer you and you don't have anything to offer me, why are we wasting each other's time?
But that's the difference. If we
When
don't
that
have every person doesn't have every person don't have that's not every person's story. So you may meet one person who you have nothing in common and you keep it moving. But then you may be somebody who you have everything in common with, but their digital footprint describes them as something other than what you want to deal with. Then for the digital footprint,
Wait,
like I said, the digital footprint, like I said, they got
wait. I don't wanna think that I misunderstood what you said. Could you repeat what you just said?
I said you may meet somebody who they may be cool and they may match up with you as far as your way of thinking, things like that. But you went on to that, you went and followed their digital footprint, and the digital footprint showed things that you may not want to deal with. Showed something that um looks crazy because it's a red flag for you, but it may not be. But you, it may not be a red flag.
I don't think that's true.
I always say that there's an action for every action there's a reaction, right? So
Absolutely.
if I go into a situation looking for a
Mm-mm.
reaction, that reaction may not be the same reaction because it's not the same person. But you're what we're using red flags to claim that this is the same behavior from a different person, so it's going to give me the same product, and that's
Mm-mm.
not true.
No. I don't think that if we having a conversation and I like you and whatever I see on your social media page or your digital footprint or however y'all put it, if I see things that I may or may not like, that's not gonna determine the fact. I don't want to talk to you anymore because I already had that connection with you by having a conversation with you. Now, I might comment on some of the things that you put on your social media page and give you a chance to explain yourself, but I'm definitely not gonna just throw you to the side because of what I saw. Because if that's the case, you might as well throw my ass to the side because I already know my goddamn digital footprint. And it ain't cute sometimes. So it is what it is. How I can't judge anybody off of their off of their social media because I
Right.
know what my social media look like.
But that's cat. Kyra's different. And we keep saying that Kyra's a unicorn, so the way Kyra thinks is not how everybody else thinks. And today's society is not a bunch of Kyras walking around in today's society. It's a bunch of
It's
Cindy's.
absolutely not. And there are people that do think the way that I think, and they're not that shallow.
Right. Okay. But they're definitely not walking around. They're definitely not swimming in the dating pool.
They ain't a dating pool.
You
They're
you
there.
you dealing with Cindy's and Mary's and but you're not dealing with Martha and Mary Ann and Deborah's. You're not dealing with them. They don't name them. They don't name them like that anymore.
I get you. I understand what you're saying. I just don't 100% agree that everything has is a from your digital footprint. I mean some things yes it does make it easier. Yes, people have gotten lazy because it's so much easier to find somebody online than it is when um you're out and about and you just meeting somebody. Okay, yes, in that aspect, the digital world has made us. It has made it convenient and is making us lazy. But do I think that the judgment of how relationships are going are always due to social media? Absolutely not. For some, it does because some people use social media as a way to cheat. They use yes, basically they use social media to cheat, and that in itself is just going to destroy your relationship. But as far as like investigating people and stuff like that, I don't see anything wrong with that. Hell, I was investigating people way before social media came about. It was other ways to do it. So um it just is what it is. What you shaking your head for?
Because that's what I just learned to do. If I can't see a woman, I my head.
I'm just saying, it was ways to find things out about people way before social media even came. It just made it easier to find this stuff out. It, but people was doing this stuff way before social media even came about. Way before, because it's not. It's honestly, it ain't even that hard to find out some things about people, whether it's social media or not. I'm
Absolutely.
just saying, it's not. You'd be surprised what you can find out without social media. I'm just saying. I should have been an FBI agent instead of going into healthcare. That's what I should have done. But that's neither here nor there. It is time for us to get up out of here.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining Candid Conversations. We forgot to Sean is in presence today because he is at the swearing in of Kenyatta Stewart for his win for his Senate seat. After was it the Senate that he won? Did he win the Senate seat? What did he win?
It was Assemblyman.
Okay, there you go. So he's at his swearing in, which is I hope he is having a good time, and congratulations to you, Kenyatta Stewart. And before we do get off of here, I do want to say one thing. I'm about to get in my petty moment, but yeah. Oh gosh. I just want to say one thing to everybody that love, like, and listen. If and when I post anything on my Candid Conversation pages, and that goes for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter, and I put something out there and you may disagree with it, I am okay with the disagreement. I am okay with anybody's opinion. But what I'm letting y'all know now, I will not and I shall not tolerate disrespect on any one of my Candid Conversation pages. Whether it's towards me, whether it's towards Derek, or whether it's towards Roshan. I do not tolerate disrespect. And if I see it, I will say something that may not be so nice. So I'm not going to say it is a warning. I'm just putting it out there. Do not come on my page with your foolishness because you will be dealt with. And that's all I want to say.
Lord.
Now, what?
Nothing.
Anyway, that was a nice way of saying what I needed to say. So, on that note, I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of their week. I hope it's productive. I hope it's blessed. I hope the 2026 is going absolutely great. And we will see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place, and hopefully we will be on time. Derek, do you have anything that you need to say before we leave?
Treat every relationship like it's your last relationship. Take the time to get to know the person, figure out if this person is worth your time and energy, and then lock in. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they feel expendable or want to be expendable. See you next week.
There you have it, y'all. So we will see y'all next week, same time, same place. And as I always say, love, peace, and blessings.
I know you're about to say so.
No, I don't never say nothing about nobody's soul, even though some of them need to be touched.